Hello, my name is Christian Murray, and today in this video I will be discussing the many health risks students face when entering and exiting the student parking lot at Farmington High School. And I'd first like to bring up how when you're going through the parking lot itself, you notice how there isn't really any proper signs besides a stop sign and like a one way by like the seminary building that really amplify the importance of how there's students constantly crossing in between in and out. Unlike elementary schools, there's no student crossing, there's no stay at the 10-mile speed limit, none of that. So that could cause some serious health issues. And not only that, but students do not have a safe way of getting from the sidewalk to the parking lot, especially to their car, which they face many risks since, honestly, the parking lot, whether it's before, during lunch, or after school, it just always just cramped, just like packed in like sardines, just with the cars going like both ways, and like in the entrance point and the exit point, it's always just like one or two cars constantly flowing in, and it's just very hard to get from one point to the other. And also there's that heavy risk of being backed into, which in the 10 minutes I was observing, almost watched myself. And yeah, and there's not even a crosswalk for the students to go, and it's just super risky all around. There's a high risk of students facing MOIs from being, backed into or, rammed into by cars. And, I'm very lucky to not have seen that. And, since I don't want to see it, if I were the seat, in charge of safety and, students getting out of parking lots and that general thing, I would probably implement the signs as I mentioned earlier, get the crosswalk as I also mentioned, and then as much as it pains me to say this, but just restrict parking passes only to seniors, because if I'm being honest, juniors and even sophomores are just clogging up the parking lot, just making it super full and making it so students have to walk around cars hoping that they're not about to back out and miss them. And yeah, it's just if we were to do that, it would probably be a lot safer. And unfortunately, it's a decent chance that I might witness an accident myself with all these blatant disregards to safety. But if that were to happen, and if I were to observe it, first thing I would do in this emergency medical situation is I'd call up 911, because most likely if a student was being backed into or rammed into, then I would they'd most likely be in pretty bad condition. So I'd call the 911, just be like, hey, someone just got hit by a car in the FHS parking lot, so please help me. And I'll just mention that I'm trained to be an EMR, so just I'd try to help them. And that yeah, and once I do that, I just go down, get to the side, make sure I safely get to the sidewalk, and then try to cross the street safely. And if there's cars and stuff, I'd just be like, hey, I'm crossing, someone's hurt, stuff like that. Get there safely, continue to do that. And then once I get there, I'd introduce myself as, an EMR in training, maybe just mention the EMR so they're more comfortable around me. And then just, ask them, hey, do you want to get out of here? Because you're in the middle of traffic. I don't think I can administer help to you. And, most likely they'd say, yeah, please help me. I'm in severe pain. And if, they were lying down flat and they're most likely conscious, then I'd, do the shoulder drag, ask them to go like this, and then, drag them out, doing the same waving thing, like, hey, I'm dragging someone who needs my help, and then, get them to there. And, if they were unconscious, I do the close drag, doing the same thing. And if they're standing up, then I do the walking assist kit, and then you get them to the sidewalk. And then once I do that, I do an initial assessment, maybe if they're conscious, a sample assessment, and then wait for the authorities to come, try to stabilize them. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the FHS parking lot.